of coffee.
Got a nice cup of coffee.
It's afternoon. And,
New lead-free Mexico.
Lead-free.
L-E-A-D, free.
Lead-free.
Lead-free. Well, I thought it was lead-free Mexico.
I thought it was lead-free Mexico.
Yeah. Lead-free Mexico. You can't get anything but lead-free there. It's a little close to home here, huh? Better watch it. Anyway.
I'll try not to get old folky and shake the dang camera. Sometimes I just get lazy and I'm like, not paying attention. Here she goes, revving up. She's revving up.
Yep, she's a wind-up growler. Well, we'll see how far we can get into this one.
I know. I might have to hang on a second.
Pull the plug.
I think it's probably a toy. Okay, let's start again. As I was saying, I'll try not to shake like an old lady. Sometimes what happens is you get me laughing and I'm on a phone. This is my phone. You get me laughing and so the camera is shaking, but most of the time it's pretty dang good, folks. I like to hold the camera. I don't like to put it on some
It doesn't
funky little tripod, you know.
I read somebody said something about your cinematographic abilities.
It has feel. It's like music. It's like art.
Yeah,
you know. It's feel.
Yeah.
We're moving here. We're not stationary, and
This is live from the house.
most everybody enjoys it, and it's not, you know, making them.
It's not anything.
Not making them have an epileptic fit or anything.
No, it's not staged or anything, you know.
No,
for our home.
Everything is very spontaneous.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I never know what it's going to be. You know, Coco just springs it on me. You know, or something was real obvious and has to be covered. You know.
Well, you know, we're talking about
not covered up, just covered.
The only thing I cover up is something with fabric, I think.
Don't have to cover up nothing.
No.
I'm transparent.
But yeah, you and I have been together for 20 years.
20-something.
20, going on 21.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a long time. And we've been playing the entire time.
Yeah. Well.
Because on occasion, you know, I get somebody that's like going, well, she's in it for her own, you know, gratification. No, what was it? To promote myself. And, you know, that I'm like, couldn't be further from the truth.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm not out to promote myself.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I know that.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you've held me up when I was at my lowest point. I mean, I remember you put stickers on the refrigerator, you know, and all sorts of things, just notes of encouragement. You know, when I was going through my change, and it wasn't an easy one that I went through to come off all those psychotropics and everything, alcohol and everything all at once. You know, you probably put up with a whole lot, you know, from me, unintentional stuff. But you know, people can't change. You can't stop doing drugs and alcohol and whistle Dixie, you know, while you're going through it, you know, and bop down the road. Oh, everything's copacetic. That ain't it.
Yeah, you were having a very, very hard time, but the drugs that you were on were all doctor prescribed.
Yeah, every one of them.
So these were not.
At one time there were 7 of them, and that's when I said I stopped everything. But I didn't realize that I had a heart issue, and I threw away my heart medicine as well. You know, I stopped taking that as well. And I only found out about my high blood pressure a few years ago. And it's good now. I'm taking care.
Well, and you have an irregular heartbeat as well. So
yeah, I have an irregular heartbeat. I've always had an irregular heartbeat.
Well, you're not a regular guy.
No. I would be disappointed if it were a normal one. You know, heart specialist in Austin checked it out. He said, "Yep, you got an irregular heartbeat. Don't let me
Does it bother you?
What do you?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "Does it bother you?" I said, "Nope." And I can see, I hear every time my heart beats, I can hear it because of the condition I have. And
was that the Meniere's?
I have Meniere's and then I forget what
the tinnitus.
Huh?
Catastrophic tinnitus.
Yeah, and then another where I hear my heartbeat, and it's a hell of a deal, you know. But it's been life altering in a good way. Everything it's been a plus for me. I do believe that when we nosedive, you know, that we find our the best part of us, you know, comes out, comes to light. The best part of our partner, you know, comes to light. You know, trying to bring it back up to even keel, you know.
Well, I remember that one of the reasons you were having such a difficult time is because when you were on those drugs, you were easily manipulated, and everyone around you was manipulating you and doing some pretty strange, scary things.
Yeah.
And then in the end, they were trying to have you committed, which was just, I thought, was the most cruel thing I have ever heard.
See, when I'm with Meniere's, it's like I hear, but see, the thing is, I hear too much. I've got lots of noise, and, you know, head noise and everything, and then, but I can still hear you speaking.
Sure.
Well, they thought that, you know, I was deaf, you know, like stone deaf, and they were saying shit, and I caught onto it right away. I went, they really think that I can't hear them, you know. God. Perfect. Yeah. And because I can hear it, but I hear too much. That's the problem. And I have to...
so the deafness is like a noise.
Yeah, I have to put things in a place to where I can find room for something else, you know.
Someone actually mentioned in the comments that they knew, I guess they knew someone or played with someone that said, oh, they knew someone that had played with you. You were drinking at the time, and they said it was impossible to carry on because you had a drinking problem. And I was like, well, that was a long time ago, but you mentioned it to me, and that was one of the things that prompted you to stop.
Yeah,
you know, that really hurt, you know, to hear that.
There was a guy, Stuart Kimball. Johnny Antonopoulos put a band together for him. We played a couple of things. One was a Bottom Line in New York City. And Stu plays guitar with Bob Dylan right now. But he was playing guitar as a second guitar player with us. And the gig was real late. Like the second set started at like 2 in the morning or something. It was crazy. But anyway, I was still drinking and carrying on, and the second set I had a couple of shots of Cavassier and something else, I don't know. And we rolled and we went on and got long, and then he was all pissed off, and I said, "What are y'all pissed off about?" You know? And he said, "You're Bobby Whitlock," you know. He said, "I really look up to you," you know, and he said, "Here you are, you know, throwing down, you know." I said, "Well, there ain't but like 12 people here. Paul Schaefer was one of them." And I said, "Hey," and he said it was. But that right there was the last time I ever took a drink on a gig. Well, that was it. I suddenly, he pulled a chain for me, a light came on, and that was the beginning of my, yeah, I'm gonna get my whole, not just this portion of my life together, I'm gonna get my whole life together. And yeah, it's been over 20 years now. Going on 21, I think.
22, I think.
22?
I believe.
But yeah, that's an old life, you know. I'm happy with our world.
But yeah, so that comment changed you for good.
Yeah, it rang a bell. Just a comment. And he was as well, you know. But when he said that to me, you know, I guess it's like I didn't think it mattered. I didn't think I mattered, you know.
Right.
When I really did, you know, because my role and everything I've done, like Layla thing, All Things Must Pass thing, my role in all of my career has been undermined and sliced and diced, you know. They made Eric and I put the band together. I made the phone calls. We wrote the songs, you know, and they make it all about Duane Allman. They've been making it about Duane. You can work a dead man, you know. You can work a dead man to death, you know, and that's what they did. And that's because I wouldn't play ball with Eric's management. I wouldn't play their game. And so, you know, they blackballed me. And that was part of the blackballing, is to try to write me out of my own career. You know, try to write me out. I don't know that this other thing isn't part of it too, but that's what has happened. You know, that's why all the hubbub about Duane Allman forever and ever, you know, because it was going to be about Eric Clapton and Bobby Whitlock forever and ever. But Bobby Whitlock didn't want to play those games. And, no, I play man games. I don't play boy games. You know, real life. You know, those people didn't have a clue what living's about. They don't have a clue what the blues is about. They ain't never put a hoe in their hand or a bucket of water and walked a mile down the road, you know, at 6 in the morning to give some field hand a drink. No, hell no. That's the blues. They don't know nothing about that. You know, that's true. That's what I'm saying is bona fide, real truth. You know, now I could really give a shit about the whole thing, what the whys and everything about it all, because I'm right here. I'm a real healthy man. I'm better than I've ever been. I'm a better man today than I've ever been in my whole life. You know. And I know that, and you're a part and parcel of a great reason for that. You know, support me and love me and hold me on a pedestal when I could barely stand up on my own 2 feet. You were holding me up and lifting me up. You know, I don't know. I certainly wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be alive today had I continued my own way of life and had we not gotten together. But that's all back there. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. You know, I love you, Coco. You mean the world to me. I want everybody to know it, too. It's absolute bona fide truth. Just everything, my whole world sitting across from me 3.5 feet away.
Wow, I don't know what to say, you know. Because it's going online. Well, I was going to say before that all happened, that when we first got together, you were not in a good way at all, and you didn't think anything of yourself at all.
No.
You know. And so, yeah, I mean.
Bill Snow and Diane Snow came pulling up in my drive at that farmhouse that I had in Mississippi, and an old Oldsmobile that I had, and old Rocket 88. And he pulled up and he said, "Here's the keys." He said, "You're the only person on this hilltop in your family who doesn't have a car. I bought new cars for everybody. I didn't buy myself anything. Matter of fact, I didn't have anything." And so I got that, and then I started looking after myself, and got myself some hot rods and stuff. But anyway, you know, that wasn't where my head was, you know. I don't know where my head was, except up my ass, you know.
Oh.
It was a really difficult time. It really was. I didn't know if I was coming or going.
Because
the last thing in the world I needed to be doing was the Jules Holland show. That was the last thing in the world. But it was the best thing that I ever did as far as like really coming to light, you know. When I looked across the room and saw Eric Clapton sitting there on his amp, you know, and he just had an aura of peace and security that just enveloped the room, you know. I could see it, I could feel it, and that's what I wanted, you know, and I knew what I was going to have to do to achieve that, and I have, you know, I have that inner peace now, you know.
So where do you see yourself and us, or where do you see things going from here?
I don't see anything I don't look at anything like that.
No, we don't actually.
As far into the future as I look is going out there in my studio and painting.
Right.
And I don't even have a clue when that's going to be. It won't be long.
I mean, we're doing a record, finishing up this record, which is great. Yeah.
Great record.
And I'm really enjoying doing it. Probably see the light of day maybe in September, October. I'm not really sure yet. But as far as getting out and playing goes, it's going to have to be something special to get us out.
Yeah, to get me out of where I am. You know.
I mean, you know, we've both been doing this a long, long time and together a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, everything has changed so much in the industry. It's like, it's just all corporate, you know. I can't swing
like that. I don't play those games either.
Same thing, yeah.
You know. I'm not a game player. I'm a player. You know. Giving you about a half a dozen good exits and you hadn't taken one yet.